Riyad, abu-awad.
Nice to meet you.
I'm an MBA student. I took a course for strategic management. Thank you very much. I would like to ask a few questions.
Fire away.
All right. First of all, let me introduce you to my class. This is Dr. Zaiter. He's the head of the HE department and one of the fuel and the petroleum industry in the Chicagoland area. They are responsible for about 350 gas stations supplying gas and oil as well as LPG. Thank you again for taking the time to meet with me, and let me start this. Thank you. What are your responsibilities?
Well, first of all, as a manager for the HR department, I am an advocate for this company and for the employees who work for this company. And I have to strike a balance to meet the needs for both. I am responsible for screening, hiring, training all the employees. Responsible for their benefits, and for the past 5 years we've been looking at new ways to improve the relationship with the employees by going beyond the normal and standard processes that HR usually HR managers do. In my case, I work with other departments, collaborate with them to create an environment for the employees and make sure they are part of this culture to do their jobs. So the human resources, the assets that we have is extremely important for this company because we are in contact with operators of gas stations throughout Chicago land and generating new prospects and new customers is critical to the sustainability of this company.
Okay, thank you. What is some of the few projects you are working on right now?
We have a project in the offing that we are trying to create value for our customers and respond to the changes in their demand in such a way that they will not only want to stay with us but recommend us to other operators.
Okay, the next question is, what takes the bulk of your time as an HR leader?
It used to be recruiting, but recently it's been the being able to keep up with the technology, with the needs, the ever-changing needs of our clients or customers, and we have to stay on the ball from meeting the technological advances and in fact being able to respond to all the regulations and the environmental regulations by the government that is being changing rapidly in recent years.
Thank you. Sure. What knowledge do you think necessary to have an HR be successful?
In the top of the list, I would say communication. It's so critical that all employees have access to the information that is coming from the top. And the reason is to respond to the mission, to the vision of the owner of this company. We ought to do a great job, and any HR manager or director must communicate effectively with his people.
Now, what is your background and what is your education? I mean, type of education.
Well, I'm assuming.
You're a doctor, I know, but
Yes.
it's, what makes you to go as an HR leader versus something else? So give a background.
I'm a people oriented, and since the beginning I have a background in then I had an MBA and MIS. Then recently I finished my doctoral in DBA, which is in marketing and management.
So what does has to do with to be you as a leader in human resources versus a leader in marketing?
My belief, and for many years now, is looking at the company in a holistic way has been very effective. Total separation and having every department as an island does not work in this era. I stress that any change that is happening for one department has a ripple effect to other departments. And marketing, is essential because that's what we do. Even when we go and then hire people, we're actually marketing what this company is all about and what this company will bring for those employees, and then match the employees' skills with the needs of this company, and then hopefully both entities will benefit. So marketing is at the heart of everything we do.
Now, what kind of books do you read that's helped you in the HR department?
I've been reading a lot of books. I always read a lot of periodicals and articles, etc. One book comes to mind is Human Resources Champion by Professor David Ulrich. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Ulrich or Ulrich. And this book is fascinating since it touches bases on all aspects of HR. Along with that, there are, as you can see, there are some books, The End of Poverty, Global Political Economy, and Globalization, etc.
Then are you a member of any groups that help you in managing the department?
Marketing association. I'm a member of a marketing association. North American Petroleum Association. And then I'm involved. I'm in LinkedIn and then other social media, etc. But the most important thing, is we do have conferences and meeting every year with all the dealers that we have, and check out what they have, what we can offer them, how we can enhance, their position, and then also we have vendors meetings, if you will, where they show their services to our dealers.
Do you have any challenges, and what kind of challenges that face an HR department leader?
The biggest challenge we have is really tapping into new talents, that is out there, and figuring out how we can capture and get that talent, to live with our environment, with our culture. There are other things, that I see, such as being able to assess the value each employee is bringing to the company. It's been a challenge, but it's rewarding, when you figure that out.
Okay, as a leader in the human resources, what is your role in the organization?
Well, my role has to do with people.
Okay.
So anything has to do with people, from hiring all the way to training, to retraining, to solving complaints, to patting on the back, etc. All of this, the processes, the benefits, etc. Is there. But also I go beyond that, and then create the environment for them. that conducive to better productivity, matching what they want, what they need, with what the company needs, and that alignment it has been very effective. So now we are creating an atmosphere that will help foster a good environment that the company is benefiting and the employees, and that's why you see a lot of employees that we have that have been with us over 22 years.
Thank you. Do you report to anybody?
Yes, the VP, I report directly to him. He's hands-on, just like me, but I handle all the aspects of the HR and then collaborate with other departments, and then he supervises pretty much the other departments too.
In 2008 and 10, we have the recession, and I'm sure you have to reduce the budget, and part of the budget is reducing employees and maybe firing employees.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it when you have to let your employees working for you and you have to reduce their salary or reduce their or even fire them?
Well, surprisingly, we did not have to resort to measures like that because the number of dealers has increased and they've decreased. And the reason was a lot of major companies, oil companies, have reduced the number of their stations,
Right.
and then we have
employees.
to take over 50 to 60 stations, and that boosts the number of our stations, and we had the same number of employees, that the managers that manage those dealers. So therefore we were in a good position, although the volume has been decreasing per station for some stations, but the total number of because of the addition of the new stations, in fact, increased for us. So we were in the fortunate side, that the recession did not really impact us. Although we were aware of it, we took some streamlining, in the operations, and then we increased the contact with the dealers to make sure, they can withstand the economic calamity, if you will, and then sustain their businesses, until the economic conditions improve.
Thank you.
Sure.
Who is your key partner in the organization?
Every department, financial, marketing, the logistics, the transportation, all part of, we collaborate to make sure that we are hiring the right people.
Mm-hmm.
We are
Which is that's
putting
your
the right
responsibility to hire the people. How do you know these people is good? Do you get reports from other departments?
We talk with other departments, and then we find out exactly what is needed.
Mm-hmm.
And there is an extensive knowledge, and my background does help me tremendously with marketing and finance, and I can understand where they're coming from. And the bottom line, is there is employment turnover in this company, but we strive to hire more people and retrain other people as we go. So
What do you like or dislike about your job as a leader in the human resources?
I do like my job a lot, and in fact, the job is extremely important.
Mm-hmm.
For me, and the hardest part of it, is really appraising people for what they do. It's a challenging thing. So recently we switched to a way to do an ongoing appraisal instead of once a year or once every 6 months. So a continuous feedback from co-workers, from managers, etc. And we use something called 360 degrees feedback. But in a nutshell, is relying on others, to give me feedback of how they're performing, and then we'll try to help them and give them opportunities to improve and even sometimes switch their positions, to be able to do a better job, perhaps.
What kind of technology you use in hiring a new employees?
We use the internet. We use third parties to give us names, etc. Referrals has been really on the top of the list for us, in getting people hired. Online, people submit their resume online. We use internet technology quite a bit in every aspect of it, not only in HR, everywhere. Training. We use online training.
You use online training?
Yes, we use online training. We use conferences. We use on-the-job training. We take advantage of technology. In fact, sometimes we give them the opportunity to get their certificate, because in this business of ours, some people need to be certified, so they will meet the requirements of the fire marshal and other environmental regulations.
What advice to an MBA student can you give?
As they're out there and getting a job, and especially
Right.
in the HR, I would say try to use systematic approaches to learning the HR game, if you will. HR is not just about hiring and firing and pampering the employees. It goes beyond that. It's an integral part of the whole organization, where HR acts as the essence of the company, of bringing resources, human resources, assets to the company, and those people will make or break the company. So therefore, matching the needs of the company with the skills of the employees, it's an ordeal. But for a new person, is to tap into other people's expertise, to be alert of what works and what doesn't work. And by virtue of you coming in and asking me these questions, I hope that I gave you some good information of what it takes in this short period of time, what it takes to be a successful HR manager.
Okay, thank you.